Yesterday on a blog post, someone left a comment, John Bryant left a comment that said craft and passion will always trump gear. Now, why I thought it was quite interesting when I read it this morning is there's still a thought out there with wildlife photography that you cannot do wildlife photography with certain cameras. The shutter speed is too slow, it's not good enough in low light, whatever. The stories go on and on and on. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely silly to think that because something cannot shoot at 11, 12, where we now, frames per second, it's not good enough for wildlife. I think people that say so are lazy, because why? You get to a scene, whatever, bird taking off, river crossing going to happen, lion, cheetah going to run. There's a peak in every moment. There's a moment when the lion has that perfect yawn, when the mouth is open, when the river, where the wildebeest jump into the whatever. There's always a peak of the moment. Now, if the peak happens here, and you're going to start rattling off frames from here to there, and you end up with 11 or 12, you're going to go and sit after the fact and choose your best images. I get that where technology is going. I absolutely get this. But to say that you cannot shoot with certain cameras because they don't have fast frame rate doesn't compute for me. I don't get it. Some of my better wildlife images, and I know there are people out there as well who shoot with, for example, the 5D3, awesome camera, D800, brilliant, love it to bits. It only does 3 or 4 frames per second. Therefore now it's not good enough to shoot wildlife. Rubbish. I think what's more important, and this is where John's comment is so correct, that craft and passion, if you understand your subject, if you know when that peak moment's going to happen, if you can start predicting it, feeling it, kind of, I want to say be at one with the subject, but when you know that moment's going to peak, you can start shooting on a slow camera as well, but you can time those frames per second to be closer to the action and not have to go and work through 11, 12 frames per second. Sequences of 30, 40 and choose one image and call yourself a good photographer. It stings. I don't know, it just doesn't sit well. Something's wrong. You should be able to take a single picture. I know it's not practical, so don't leave comments and say, oh, Jerry, but this and that. It's not about that. It's about using the gear at your disposal without always wanting something better, and using the craft, the craft of wildlife photography, looking for the moment, waiting for the moment, and timing it with what gear you have. Is this making sense? I don't know. There's just so many people out there that are saying that, no, the gear's not good enough. Then, so let's say you have the gear that's good enough. The next one gets released. Is your gear suddenly now not good enough? You can't shoot with this because there's a faster version. It doesn't work. You cannot play that game and win. You're going to lose. Take whatever camera you have, work with it, and from there, create good images. Wait for the moment, anticipate, there's the word I was looking for, anticipate the moments and shoot with whatever frame rate you have around it. I would rather go and work through a sequence of 15 images if I'm shooting 3 or 4 frames per second rather than 50. It's boring as shit to go and look through your Lightroom images looking for the shot. Now, I've shot with people in bird hides and stuff that literally, before the bird's even within sight, they start rattling and they hold their finger down all the time, and then afterwards say, oh great, I think I got the shot. My mom could, no offense mom, but my mom could do this, yes? She can sit there and hold her finger out. That is not photography. We need to be more in touch with our subjects, work with our gear, and not always chase the brightest, newest, shiniest box that the guys release. Just a few thoughts. My name is Jerry, this is Wild Eye. I will see you next time.